Imagine just getting out of prison after 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. Imagine the barriers that you would face with housing, treatment, employment. Now, I want you to realize that that is somebody's reality, especially now during the COVID. And this is why the SURF comes in. My name is Boy Chikatula, and I'm the chairperson of the Community Information and Resource Fair. I would like to welcome you to the 2020 Online Community Information Resource Fair. I'm here today just to thank you so much for coming and for being a part of this event. I know it's different, but I thank you for trusting us with this. I'd like to introduce you to what the program is going to look like and what to expect today. One of the things that you recognize is you are on the landing page right now, and on this landing page is tons of resources for you to help you navigate throughout this morning and to know exactly what is coming up. I would like to also to mention that at any point during this time, the tech support is ready to help you at any time. So go ahead and use the tech support. If you have any technical difficulties that you need figured out, we are glad to help you. If you are looking for non-technical support, we also have help for you. So go ahead and send us a little chat and we'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. Now, this morning, we are going to spend most of the time between now up to about 10:45, where we have our special guest. We have some highlights of what the 10 years has looked like as we are celebrating our 10th year for the Community Information and Resource Fair. We have tons of great and exciting things for you to look forward to during this time. At about 10:45, we are going to go into our exhibition hall. Now at this time, let's take a look at the last 10 years of the Community Information and Resource Fair. Enjoy this presentation and we'll see you soon.
Welcome to this year's event, the Community Information Resource Fair. My name is Jeff Kirkman. I'm a program manager with the Idaho Department of Correction. And I wanted to explain just a little bit about what this event is. First of all, we've been doing this for the last 9 years live in the Boise area, where we've met at a venue, local venue, and we've been able to interact personally. But due to circumstances this year with the COVID pandemic, we're going virtual. We've done this event about three times, the last in Idaho Falls area, and we've also done an event like this in the Pocatello area. So we thought this year it would be great, since we're going virtual, that we include all of Idaho for our 10th year of the Community Information Resource Fair. So it is a milestone for us, and we're grateful that you've joined us and that you're here. So a little bit about what this event is. 10 years ago, there was a number of us that were just not sitting around, but we were talking about ways that we could get the community involved in helping individuals who are returning to the community from incarceration, the services and the support that they need in the communities that they're releasing to. There's always been those services. There's always been those organizations that provide support to these individuals. But we thought, as we were discussing these ideas, what could we do to help bring all of those different organizations in the community together in one place, and then have very specific targeted audience that could come down to that event and see what services, what support, and what resources are available to returning citizens in the communities that they're going back to after incarceration. And that's where this Community Information Resource Fair was born. Our target audiences in the first 3 years or so of this event was specifically probation and parole officers and case managers in our institutions. Those are the individuals that are helping returning citizens with release plans, with their case plans to help them get on track, to stay on track once they're in the community, and definitely needed the resources that are available. And so we had a number of our probation and parole staff and a number of our facility staff that would come into this Community Information Resource Fair and just gather a ton of information about resources. And it was very successful, and it just blossomed year after year, and it grew year after year. We then decided at some point that it wasn't just targeted to returning citizens and probation and parole officers and case managers, but really this was a need that anybody in the community who needed these resources could come to this event and find the help and the assistance that they needed at that particular moment in their life. And so it really blossomed into a community event. And we always started out having opening ceremonies. We invited special guests to do some, to talk to us, kind of get us in the mood of what this whole event was about and the necessity of these types of resources. So it was really good to have different people from different walks of life. We've had legislators, and we've had CEOs, we've had different people help us with our opening ceremonies. We always do this with the planning committee. It's not one person that puts this event together. It's always done with the planning committee. And I want to just specifically recognize a couple of people in the SURF Planning Committee for this year. One is an organization rather than a specific individual, but it's Three Oaks Ministries. They really are the backbone that have helped put this event together virtually this year. They've done this, they've kind of been the point person for the last several years, actually, but this year we needed some more technical experience and expertise with this virtual conference, and Three Oaks Ministries came through with flying colors. And so specifically within the Three Oaks Ministries organization, I want to call out an individual who really works behind the scenes, does all the technical work, and that is Marty Sonderman. He's really stepped up and provided some incredible help and assistance in putting this event together. So thank you, Marty. Thank you, Three Oaks. We really appreciate the partnership that we have with you. Tara Richardson with Idaho Vocational Rehabilitation has just been incredible. She's always been a stalwart in the planning committee and has really helped us move this event along. So a huge shout out to Tara Richardson. She's just been phenomenal. We have some AmeriCorps Vistas. AmeriCorps Vistas, Volunteers in Service to America is what they're called. But we have a number of AmeriCorps Vista volunteers throughout the state that have helped put this planning, this event together also. And so I want to give a shout out to them. We have Jim Parkinson in Coeur d'Alene. We have Todd Holcomb in Lewiston. We have Lori McCrae in Caldwell, Nikisha Chapman in Boise, Pam Harris in Twin Falls, Kathy Walker in Pocatello, and Brooke Martinson in Idaho Falls. So I really want to give a shout out and a thank you for those individuals that have helped put this together. So we are excited to go statewide. We're excited to have a presence in all of the areas because we release from our institutions individuals into every community, every nook and cranny in the state of Idaho. And so it really makes a lot of sense to do a community information resource fair in all the areas of this state where individuals are released and where people are looking for the assistance and the resources that they need in those specific communities. So this is the first year virtual. There's bound to be a few hiccups here and there, but nonetheless, we're excited about it. We're glad that you're here. We want you to be engaged. If somebody comes and visits your quote-unquote Zoom room, be engaged with them. We want you to have conversations with them, explain what you do. And those of you who are visiting as participants, as attendees, ask those questions. Ask what the resources they have and find out what specific resources are available to where you can help somebody else be successful in the community. So welcome to 2020 Community Information Resource Fair. We're glad you're here and sure do appreciate you. This year at the Community Information Resource Fair, we have a very special guest speaker, Governor Brad Little. Brad Little was elected as Idaho's 33rd governor in November of 2018, and he became the governor on January 7th of 2019. Governor Little's an Emmett native who was raised on his family's sheep and cattle ranching operation. He graduated from the University of Idaho in 1977 with a Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness, and he has worked in the ranching industry for his entire professional life. Governor Little first served in public office in 2001 when he was selected to fill a Senate vacancy in the Idaho legislature. He was then elected to 4 consecutive terms to the Idaho Senate. During his service as a senator, Brad was elected by his Republican peers during his first full term to serve in party leadership as Majority Caucus Chair. He then served as Idaho's 37th Lieutenant Governor starting on January 6, 2009. Governor Little is committed to making decisions through one lens: the lens of ensuring that Idaho's children and grandchildren have the best opportunities to stay in Idaho and for the ones who have left to return. He's advocated his whole life for limited government, and he has worked to ensure the lightest possible hand of government in the lives of Idaho's citizens while seeking ways always to build the public's confidence in state government. And now, Governor Brad Little.
Hi, I'm Governor Brad Little. Our success as a state is greatly enhanced with increased effectiveness in supporting incarcerated individuals so that they become productive members of society and our workforce. We can do that in a multitude of ways. I am a big proponent of supporting students early in life so that we can help make them contributors to our economy rather than recipients of government support later in life. We also need strong programs that help incarcerated individuals turn their lives around so that taxpayers, communities, individuals, and their families benefit. I want to thank you for participating in this important event to promote and learn about the partnership that support individuals returning to the community from incarceration. This event offers opportunities to identify and understand available community resources that can help make the difference. Thank you for what you are doing to make Idaho communities safer, and good luck this week.
Renovation Ministries creates training experiences that promote transformational growth in the deepest levels of the human heart. We have 3 different programs available. Teen Renovation helps to ensure that teens are grounded in their true identity, value, and significance. Marriage Renovation enables couples to strengthen their marriage and grow in intimacy with each other and God. Information Renovation is for Christ followers who desire to become fully engaged disciples. To learn more about Renovation Ministries, visit renovation.training.
St. Vincent de Paul, Southwest Idaho, has been serving men and women exiting prison for over 4 years. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to an even greater role and partnership with the Idaho Department of Corrections. Let's take an inside look at how St. Vincent de Paul serves the needs of returning citizens. We work to be the first contact for all leaving incarceration on day one. Without rides from friends and family, we provide transportation right from the prison gate to our office. Whether by a ride from St. Vincent de Paul or from friends or family, when someone arrives at our office, we connect them with all the resources needed for success. Those include probation and parole, the Department of Health and Welfare, clothing vouchers for our thrift stores, and finally a ride to their transitional living situation or quarantine location. Outside of day one, St. Vincent de Paul Reentry Services connects returning citizens with stable employment, builds coalitions and partnerships with institutions like the Corrections Department and other organizations who serve returning citizens, and advocates for returning citizens through a variety of platforms, including radio shows. Together, these services help create a better future for returning citizens that starts with the right foot forward, even during a pandemic. While COVID-19 has created numerous challenges for our efforts and the men and women we serve, it has bonded the link between our organization and the government entities tasked with serving returning citizens. The result is a closer working relationship that better serves all who leave prison daily. Stop into our office at 8620 West Emerald Street, Suite 140 in Boise, or check out our efforts at www.svdpid.org.
This year at the Community Information Resource Fair, we have a very special guest speaker, Governor Brad Little. Brad Little was elected as Idaho
We hope you're enjoying your time so far here at the Community Information and Resource Fair. At this point, we just want to highlight some of the amazing organizations that are featured at this event today. And so just go ahead and take a look at some of these amazing organizations that are a part of our fair this year.
Renovation Ministries creates training experiences that promote transformational growth in the deepest levels of the human heart. We have 3 different programs available. Teen Renovation helps to ensure that teens are grounded in their true identity, value, and significance. Marriage Renovation enables couples to strengthen their marriage and grow in intimacy with each other and God. And Formation Renovation is for Christ followers who desire to become fully engaged disciples. To learn more about Renovation Ministries, visit renovation.training.
St. Vincent de Paul, Southwest Idaho, has been serving men and women exiting prison for over 4 years. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to an even greater role and partnership with the Idaho Department of Corrections. Let's take an inside look at how St. Vincent de Paul serves the needs of returning citizens. We work to be the first contact for all leaving incarceration on day one. Without rides from friends and family, we provide transportation right from the prison gate to our office. Whether by a ride from St. Vincent de Paul or from friends or family, when someone arrives at our office, we connect them with all the resources needed for success. Those include probation and parole, the Department of Health and Welfare, clothing vouchers for our thrift stores, and finally a ride to their transitional living situation or quarantine location. Outside of day one, St. Vincent de Paul Reentry Services connects returning citizens with stable employment, builds coalitions and partnerships with institutions like the Corrections Department and other organizations who serve returning citizens, and advocates for returning citizens through a variety of platforms, including radio shows. Together, these services help create a better future for returning citizens that starts with the right foot forward, even during a pandemic. While COVID-19 has created numerous challenges for our efforts and the men and women we serve, it has bonded the link between our organization and the government entities tasked with serving returning citizens. The result is a closer working relationship that better serves all who leave prison daily. Stop into our office at 8620 West Emerald Street, Suite 140 in Boise, or check out our efforts at www.svdpid.org.
Welcome to the Community Information Resource Fair 2020. Things look a little bit different this year than in past years. We're doing it virtual, if you haven't noticed by now. And anytime we're doing something virtual or adding a little bit of technology to it, there's a lot of questions. And so we appreciate that, but we want to make sure that we're providing some information, a little bit of instruction, step by step, if you will, of how to navigate this landing page. So you're looking at our landing page, and Boyd, where do we go from here? Where does someone go from here who jumps on here?
Absolutely, Jeff. You know, we've got hundreds of questions literally of people asking, how is this going to work? So first of all, the fact that you're on our landing page, you passed the first test. Thank you so much for being a part of this. The first thing I want you to know is that on the very top left corner is the Community Resources Idaho button. When you click on that, it will take you to the 7 district resource pages that we have listed for every single district. You have housing, you have resources that have to do with employment, education, and so forth. So depending on what region you're in, you can find all those resources. We want also to mention to you that not every resource that is listed on our resource page, Jeff, is actually represented during our fair. And so we just want you to know that not every resource that is listed here is actually participating in the fair, and we'll show you exactly where those resources will go. Now,
but Boyd, there might be some that have Zoom rooms in this event that aren't actually listed on the website too. So we want to make sure that they get on that website.
Absolutely, yeah. So if in case you are you are a vendor and you are not listed on that website, please let us know. At the end of this event, we'll give you some contact information and you'll be able to email us so that we can add your resources that are very important on our main page. So back to our landing page. If you scroll down on this landing page, you will find a schedule of events. Now, this will tell you exactly what's happening at what point in the program, and so we want you to really take advantage of that to see what is going on. If you're looking for some further information on what to do and maybe you are stuck along the way, at any point, you can utilize the live tech support, and on the dot, you can have somebody respond to you right there as they tell you where to go if you are stuck. All right, now, how do we get into the Zoom rooms?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So you go down to the exhibition hall and you have this list of vendor tables and all these little boxes with Zoom, 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 Zoom. Explain what those are, those categories.
Absolutely.
What it looks
You
like
know,
there.
what we wanted to do this year is really make it feel like we were at the Vineyard, you know, where we have our
live
live event. And so what we want to do is every resource type is grouped in a different category. So in, let's say, housing, there's employment, there's food and clothing, and so forth. So let's take an example. Okay. We want to find more resources on treatment, education, treatment and counseling, for instance. So you got to click on one on that link, and then it will take you to this page. This page houses every resource that is being featured here at the fair that has to do with treatment, counseling, mental health, programming, and medical, and so forth. And what the new path will do will take you into a Zoom room, and when we are open, they will let you in. So you'll be in the waiting room until such a time that the host will let you into their room. Now, we also want you to know that you can enter and leave a particular room at any point, just like you would, Jeff, when you are visiting different tables. You've got all the information you needed, you can leave the table and go to the next table. And so you could go back and forth and find those resources. There are certain rooms that are password protected, and so they will be listed on there. You just make sure that you can copy and paste it into the prompter when it asks you.
So if I'm in one of these categories, if you go back to the categories, I can bounce out of like this Zoom room for New Path. I can go then to, let's say, recovery and mentorship Zoom and see different vendors in that room and click on which one. I can just jump in and out all the time.
Absolutely.
Okay,
the one thing that you cannot do is you cannot be in two different rooms at the same time. Okay.
Well, one day we'll figure out a way to be in the two different places.
I think
at the
that would
same
be
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so another quick thing that you want to do is that we have quick links on the left side of your screen that will list all the different resources. And so for a quick reference guide, say for instance, you want to learn more about let's say education, you can go ahead and click on education on that quick link, and it will take you into the education room that will have all these different resources. And then at that point, you can choose what you want, what services you want to learn from. As you can see on College of Western Idaho, in the basic skills, there's a red bar on there that says password. That's the password that is going to let you into that room. Right. Now, not all rooms have passwords, just certain of them. And if there's a password, it'll give you that instruction right there.
So sometimes technology frightens us, but it shouldn't. It's not something that we're always used to. But this is really simple. It's really simple just to sit in your Barca-Lounger or out on the deck or someplace, and you can bounce into these Zoom rooms and learn about all these different resources from all over the state.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, I want to make sure that I could use it, and so we really made it easy and simple. If I could use it, trust me, you can use it as well. You know, you can use your phone, of course, you can use your computer. For a better experience, I would just want to ask you that as you are maybe in your office or in your home, for the better experience when you are in the different rooms, because there will be several other people in that room with you, behave like you are at the actual fair.
Exactly.
Okay, so be ready, be prepared. Your video is gonna come on, and so you don't want to be caught unawares. Make sure you are ready, and then you can enjoy receiving information about different resources.
Well, I think if anything we've learned through this pandemic over the last few months, and those that have used Zoom over and over or other type of video conferencing software, you do have to be ready. When that video comes on, you want to be ready to go, and because there's going to be other people that see you. I think this is a great format. It's new. But we're going to get through it, and I think it's going to be successful.
Absolutely.
People are going to figure it out
Yeah.
just like that, and be able to get the information that they need.
Yeah, we just want you to know that we are here for you. So at any point, if you have any question, go ahead and use that live tech support link, and we'll be able to answer your questions, and we'll be able to help you out throughout the event. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you have a great time visiting the different Zoom rooms. Let me also, before we end, Jeff, I just want to point out at the very bottom of the page, if you want to scroll down to the very bottom of the page, there is pictures there from our
good.
previous
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Jeff, I mean, this is our 10th year. And it's amazing looking at some of those pictures and look at where we came from.
Yeah.
Would you have known 10 years ago that we would be doing a virtual meeting?
No, well, no, not virtually, but this is something that we definitely wanted to make sure that it continued.
Absolutely.
Because it's such a necessity in really everywhere in the state of Idaho. And we just in the year of 2020, as everyone has done, either by necessity, mostly by necessities, we've adapted.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing here. We're adapting to using different technologies, different ways, and we still are going to make it happen. And so we're still hitting the goals and the purpose of the fair. We're just doing it in a different format.
Absolutely.
So never would have thought we'd be doing it virtually, but
And talking about adapting, I think we also have to adapt how we serve people coming out of prison. I was just thinking the other day, Jeff, if someone gets out of prison and they go to look for a job, and now they sign saying, by appointment only. I mean, that's another barrier right there. And so we really have to change how we do things to make sure that we serve our population better throughout the rest of this year or however long this
however
pandemic.
long, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, so again, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you have fun during this event. If you have any questions, go ahead and use that live link. We'll be here to help you.
All right, thanks. We'll see you in the virtual world.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Taylor Silva. I want to welcome you all to our Community Information and Resource Fair. Thank you for taking the time to learn about these valuable resources in our Idaho communities. I hope you will find them as valuable as I do. Many of these resources that you're going to see today helped me carve my recovery pathway. As a formerly incarcerated person and a person in long-term recovery, these resources are invaluable to people formerly incarcerated folks in our state and their loved ones. Thank you and have a great time.
And so it's like I didn't have a foundation to stand on when I came to Recovery for Life, and Recovery for Life gave me that foundation. It let me know that I wasn't damaged, I wasn't broken. I just done some bad things in my life, and it helped me become understanding of who I am and what I am and of others. So life has totally changed 180 degrees for me since I came to Recovery for Life. And it gave me peace of mind. It taught me how to be okay with who I am and what I've done in my life. And that today I can be responsible. Today I have a full-time job. Today people like who I am. And the most important thing is about me is I like who I am. And I don't have to be ashamed of what I am or who I was or what I've done. I've been able to, through the things that I've learned at Recovery for Life, I've been able to accept who I am. And that's huge in my life. It's the most important thing that's ever happened to me. And it gave me peace of mind. It gave me self-awareness of who I am and why I was doing what I was doing, you know. I learned that the drugs wasn't my problem. Delbert was my problem. And once I learned that I can change Delbert and become more satisfied in being able to hold down a job, being able to help other people, getting out of myself enough that I could see who I was and why I was doing what I was doing. I was trapped in that muck and mire of what I'd done and who I thought I was. So I'm just happy to be here and be able to say thank you, you know, for being there and being willing to accept me for who I am, not for what I thought I was.
Hello, everyone. We want to just say thank you for sticking up with us, and I'm hoping that you guys are having a great time. So, Jeff, it's really different doing a surf event virtually. You know, we just want to hear from you. First of all, if you are able to, you can go onto the chat on your YouTube platform that you're watching from. You can just give us a chat and talk with us, and we want to know where you are listening from. We want to know what services that you are providing for, if you're a provider, or what services you are here to look for. Okay, so Jeff, let's talk a little bit about the onset of this fair. How did this fair start? I know we talked about it earlier on, but let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about what really is the goal for this fair.
Well, the goal is simply to help individuals find the resources and the support that they need in the community. And it's not just started out, the goal was starting out with those that are being released from incarceration back into our communities and getting them connected to the support and the resources. But it morphed into really anybody in the community who needed some assistance, or was able to come to this fair and get those resources or find some additional support. But we started 9 years ago here in Boise, so this is our 10th year here in this area. And we always did it at the Vineyard Church, and we love the partnership that we have with the Vineyard Church in Garden City. And we hope that partnership continues. They've been such an incredible support for us. But we do it, we just have, one thing that I miss is having the hundreds and hundreds of people come into the big fair room and being able to interact personally with them. And that's always fun.
Yeah.
But we're trying this differently. But initially, early on in the fair, we we targeted our audience to be probation and parole officers and case managers in the facilities, because those are the folks that are developing release plans and those that are helping those release plans get implemented once they get back into the community. So we wanted those folks to know of all the resources in the community at one place and one stop.
Yeah. And, Jeff, we are right now, you and I, right here at the Vineyard. This is the place that we usually have the live event. When I walked in this morning, I was just thinking about all the times that we have gathered in this place, the relationships built, the connections made, the resources, the referrals made. I mean, it's just an incredible time that we've had over the last 10 years. Now, I see Bruce is able to interact with us. And so if you are able to chat with us, we'd like to hear your comments and see where you are joining us from. We see here we are NAMI. Okay, Treasure Valley. We provide peer and support, family support group classes and presentation to the community. Thank you so much for joining. Let's hear other groups that are joining us here.
One of the things that I kind of miss about the live is that we had a lot of folks from our Department of Correction and state legislatures. We have different people from all walks of life, but it was so interesting to watch people interact with the director of the Department of Corrections, the chief of probation and parole, other parole officers, and this was the community that was coming in and had questions or they had concerns, whatever. It was another opportunity to dialogue with folks from the Department of Corrections and really get some solid answers, and vice versa.
Right.
They were asking questions of the community. And so I think that dialogue is very important. One thing that is not as easy to do in a virtual world, but nonetheless, this is why we have this chat open. We want to hear from you. And if you have questions, hopefully we can answer some of those.
Absolutely. And we are also hearing from Bruce Land. He says he is representing the Idaho Chaplains Association. Thank you, Bruce, for being a part of this, and the Idaho Chaplain Association, and I believe NAMI is as well, being a vendor today. So when we go to our vendors booth, you'll be able to interact with them. Okay. Let's see. I think we have another message.
Well, this is from Wayne Shattuck. Yeah. Hey, Wayne, how are you? It's been a while since I've been able to see you and interact with you personally, but Wayne Shattuck is from the Canyon County St. Vincent de Paul Reentry Conference. So we appreciate Wayne being in here. And I also know Wayne has been involved a little bit with our Free to Succeed program as a mentor in 3rd District, District 3 over in Canyon County. So thanks, Wayne. We appreciate you being on board.
Absolutely. Okay, we got another one, Jeff. Go ahead.
Chris Meekum. Hey, Chris. He's joining from Boise. He's serving as a Vista from the Phoenix in the area of rural outreach. Chris, we've had quite a long working relationship with Chris. I appreciate you coming and letting us know that you're a Vista, because we have a lot of Vistas in our Free to Succeed program that are helping out with this event. So we love the Vista program with AmeriCorps. Thanks,
Awesome.
Chris.
Yeah, this is exciting. Okay, let's get some more.
God never deserts. I don't know who that is, but we like the name. This person is from BRC Mental Health Services, working as a behavioral health tech, CBRS and STAD classes facilitator. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right.
This is fun.
Yeah,
that's this is what I love about live stream. This is fun. I just love it that we're getting
Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. Appreciate that. Samantha is with BRC Mental Health Services. Thank you. So yeah, if anyone else wants to chime in, let us know where you're from and what you're doing. And
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, we know that, most of you are here today, and maybe this is your first time joining in at the surf. And, really for me, this is one of the most exciting events that we get to put on every year. And I'm really overjoyed, as you can see, that this is actually working out. So apologies if you're offended by my laughter, but hey, this is family, and this is what we do, right? As together as we work to support the people that are coming out of incarceration. We have a few more messages coming in. All right. Let's see.
So one of the things I also wanted to mention, it's a little bit different with this virtual conference, is that we've done 9 years in the past live conferences here at the Vineyard. We've done 3 conferences over in Idaho Falls area, and we've done 1 conference in Pocatello. One thing about going virtual is that we can go statewide. And so we have some individuals and we have some organizations from North Idaho, from East Idaho, from all over the state that are joining us via this virtual conference. So I want to give a shout out to those guys that are up north and all over outside of the Boise area, because they definitely have a lot to offer, because we don't just release individuals in the Boise area.
Right.
Sometimes sometimes people think Idaho is just Boise, and it definitely is not. We release individuals all over the state. So we want to make sure that those organizations are available for the support and the resources in those communities also.
Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do now going forward is we are going to take a short break. I know that sitting in front of a screen is not very comfortable. And so we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, and we'll be back, the time is 10:18 right now. We'll be back about 10:30. Okay, 10:30. We'll be back together on here. So I would encourage you just to leave the video running. You can just stand up and walk around and maybe have some candy or something. I'm gonna have some myself. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about the Zoom rooms and how that is going to work. And then we'll be able to join you back up again. So thank you so much for joining us. Keep the text messages going. We love to hear from you. Thank you so much, Nami, for encouraging us to laugh, especially during this time of the COVID, man. It's just been crazy being isolated and all that. So Daniel is chiming in.
Yeah, I do want to do a shout out for the Boise Bicycle Project. We love those guys. They do such a wonderful job for the community. It's such a great partner. I know they have some stuff that's going on out at the facilities. It might be a little bit constrained now with the COVID in place, but nonetheless, boy, we love Daniel and you guys from the Boise Bicycle Project. You just do some awesome work, so we appreciate you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again. So join us back here at 10:30, and we'll be able to continue with our program. Again, we appreciate you guys being a part of this, and thank you so much for taking the time this morning to be a part. Thank you so much.
See you in a bit.
Renovation Ministries creates training experiences that promote transformational growth in the deepest levels of the human heart. We have 3 different programs available. Teen Renovation helps to ensure that teens are grounded in their true identity, value, and significance. Marriage Renovation enables couples to strengthen their marriage and grow in intimacy with each other and God. Information Renovation is for Christ followers who desire to become fully engaged disciples. To learn more about Renovation Ministries, visit renovation.training.
St. Vincent de Paul, Southwest Idaho has been serving men and women exiting prison for over 4 years. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to an even greater role and partnership with the Idaho Department of Corrections. Let's take an inside look at how St. Vincent de Paul serves the needs of returning citizens. We work to be the first contact for all leaving incarceration on day one. Without rides from friends and family, we provide transportation right from the prison gate to our office. Whether by a ride from St. Vincent de Paul or from friends or family, when someone arrives at our office, we connect them with all the resources needed for success. Those include probation and parole, the Department of Health and Welfare, clothing vouchers for our thrift stores, and finally, a ride to their transitional living situation or quarantine location. Outside of day one, St. Vincent de Paul Reentry Services connects returning citizens with stable employment, builds coalitions and partnerships with institutions like the Corrections Department and other organizations who serve returning citizens, and advocates for returning citizens through a variety of platforms, including radio shows. Together, these services help create a better future for returning citizens that starts with the right foot forward, even during a pandemic. While COVID-19 has created numerous challenges for our efforts and the men and women we serve, it has bonded the link between our organization and the government entities tasked with serving returning citizens. The result is a closer working relationship that better serves all who leave prison daily. Stop into our office at 8620 West Emerald Street, Suite 140 in Boise, or check out our efforts at www.sv.
Renovation Ministries creates training experiences that promote transformational growth in the deepest levels of the human heart. We have 3 different programs available. Teen Renovation helps to ensure that teens are grounded in their true identity, value, and significance. Marriage Renovation enables couples to strengthen their marriage and grow in intimacy with each other and God. And Formation Renovation is for Christ followers who desire to become fully engaged disciples. To learn more about Renovation Ministries, visit renovation.training.
St. Vincent de Paul, Southwest Idaho has been serving men and women exiting prison for over 4 years. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to an even greater role and partnership with the Idaho Department of Corrections. Let's take an inside look at how St. Vincent de Paul serves the needs of returning citizens. We work to be the first contact for all leaving incarceration on day one. Without rides from friends and family, we provide transportation right from the prison gate to our office. Whether by a ride from St. Vincent de Paul or from friends or family, when someone arrives at our office, we connect them with all the resources needed for success. Those include probation and parole, the Department of Health and Welfare, clothing vouchers for our thrift stores, and finally, a ride to their transitional living situation or quarantine location. Outside of day one, St. Vincent de Paul Reentry Services connects returning citizens with stable employment, builds coalitions and partnerships with institutions like the Corrections Department and other organizations who serve returning citizens, and advocates for returning citizens through a variety of platforms, including radio shows. Together, these services help create a better future for returning citizens that starts with the right foot forward, even during a pandemic. While COVID-19 has created numerous challenges for our efforts and the men and women we serve, it has bonded the link between our organization and the government entities tasked with serving returning citizens. The result is a closer working relationship that better serves all who leave prison daily. Stop into our office at 8620 West Emerald Street, Suite 140 in Boise, or check out our efforts at www.svdpih.org.
Wow, it's 10:30, and thank you so much for coming back. I see we have about 51 people right now. We were up to about 300 and somewhat people earlier on today. So thank you so much for coming back. And what we want to do at this point, Jeff, is we would like to go through, again, I know we explained it before earlier this morning, but we want to go through how to get to the Zoom rooms and what to do. Because we're still getting a lot of people asking us how do I get into the Zoom room? What should I do? So first of all, if you are a vendor and you are responsible for a Zoom room, at this point, I want you to go down to, and I'll just go ahead and do a screen share here so that you can see what we're doing. Okay, so just a moment. We sincerely apologize for that. Looks like we did not have sound coming out. And so I think now you can hear us. And if you can hear us, go ahead and send us a chat. Just to let us know that you can hear us, okay? Give us a chat so we know you can hear us. All right. Okay, so I was walking you through the landing page, which is here. And Hello, everybody. It seems like we have some difficulties. Sounds like some people are having some difficulties going and finding the Zoom links. And so I just want to make sure that everything is working well for you. Again, I am going to do a screen share of, I'm going to do a screen share of the live page here. Okay. All right. So basically when you go to, so you can go back to home. Okay. You can find what room you want to join. So in this case, I want to join the new path. I'll click on the new path. And then there will be a pop-up box that shows up that says Zoom, open Zoom room meeting. I would need to say yes. And then what will happen then, it will send me here and allow me to come into this Zoom room. So I have 2 other people in this Zoom room right now. Okay, so that's how you get into the Zoom room. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one. And now we are back to the page, and I want to learn about education. So I go into the education, and I want to learn more about Trio. I'll click over here, and it will ask me to open the Zoom room. I'll open it, and I'll wait. And it will lead me into their room. It's saying the host will let me in, and they are letting me in.
Now I'm wondering, can I continue, and go on and get a bachelor's?
Yeah.
But I do not make a lot of money so.
Yeah. So, Michael, I'm actually going to place you in our breakout room with one of our advisors to chat about your specific questions for you. And then it looks like we just had a couple people join. So we'll have Jennifer run through the general presentation again, and I'll let you connect with Holly. She's in our breakout room. Does that sound good? Okay, so I'm gonna move you in there. The general presentation again, and I'll let you connect with Holly. She's
Thank
in
you.
our breakout room. Does that sound good?
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right, so it is as simple as that, really. That's how you join in the room. And so if you're having any more issues, please let us know. I'll open the chat here, so it's open. Okay. Shannon says, I'm trying to enter a room, but it says that we are waiting for the host to start the meeting. So for all the hosts, I want to encourage you to go and start your room. And Shannon, if you've been waiting for a long time, just go ahead and leave that room and try and join another one. Okay, how do you find your vendor's Zoom link on the website? Okay, so again, you open up your website, which I'm going to, you open up your website. Let me make sure that I get my screen share going here. Okay. Pardon me for a minute. All right. Okay, so I am sharing this page right now. That's our main page. This is our landing page. This is our landing page right here. Okay, and go to exhibition hall right there. And all you have to do is click on, instead of on the Zoom, you click on employment. So you click on employment. And then what will happen on employment is you are going to have several other links that show up. And so you want to learn about employment from St. Vincent de Paul. You click on the word St. Vincent de Paul, or you can also click on that Zoom logo in that room. So you click on it and it should lead you into this new room. And at this point, you make sure that you say open Zoom room. And then it will, boom, send you right into the Zoom room. Now, in this case, it's telling me that hey, Mark, send you right into the Zoom room. Now, in this case, it's telling me that folks who are new to hello, Mark. The Zoom room. Now, in this case, it's telling me that. All right, so I'm having an echo there just because I have two different cameras going on. But that is how you enter into the Zoom rooms, and each one I've tried works. So just keep trying. If that one doesn't work, move on to the next one. Again, we apologize for any difficulties here with technology, but thank you for being persistent and trying. Hello, everybody. We are back. Thank you so much for tuning back in, and I hope that you guys had a great time in the Zoom rooms as you interacted with vendors. Just a couple of things I would like to mention. Number one is that, with just the amount of people that have been able to come on has been incredible. So the numbers are just coming in. I feel like this is like an election results, but we are way past that now. Anyway, so we had 368 unique visitors that came to the fair, that attended the fair. And we had 1,700 clicks. So that's, people coming into different rooms and at different times. So, maybe one person visited several rooms. So thank you so much for being a part and for participating. We really appreciate the fact that you guys have been patient, even with the difficulties with technology, as we are just going on live for the first time here at SURF. I also just like to make an announcement that on Monday, we'll be doing a rebroadcast of the major parts of the fair. And so all the videos that you saw, everything that was happening in a sequential manner will be rebroadcasted on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be sending out an email to remind you guys, in case there's somebody that missed it, they'll be able to be a part of that and enjoy the fair as well. At this time, I would like to just invite Jeff as he continues to move our programs along here as we are getting ready to wrap up. So thank you so much again for being a part.
So as we come to the conclusion of this year's Community Information Resource Fair, we want to leave you with another special guest speaker, and that is our Lieutenant Governor, Janice McGeachin. So please welcome a few words from our Lieutenant Governor, Janice McGeachin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Governor Janice McGeachin. I'm really happy to be able to present with you today for the Community Resource Fair. Normally every year we look forward to getting together in person, and I enjoy that very much, just meeting with you and shaking your hands and seeing your smiley faces. But this year, due to the COVID-19 situation, we're doing it online, and I do miss the personal contact, but it's important that we all do what we can to stay safe, and I hope that you all are happy and healthy and staying safe in the community. So I feel like the first thing I need to do is thank the many, many volunteers throughout our community for helping to make these events across the state of Idaho be successful.
So as we come to the conclusion of this year's Community Information Resource Fair, we want to leave you with another special guest speaker, and that is our Lieutenant Governor, Janice McGeachin. So please welcome a few words from our Lieutenant Governor, Janice McGeachin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Governor Janice McGeachin. I'm really happy to be able to present with you today for the Community Resource Fair. normally every year we look forward to getting together in person, and I enjoy that very much, just meeting with you and shaking your hands and seeing your smiley faces. But this year, due to the COVID-19 situation, we're doing it online, and I do miss the personal contact, but it's important that we all do what we can to stay safe, and I hope that you all are happy and healthy and staying safe in the community. So I feel like the first thing I need to do is thank the many, many volunteers throughout our community for helping to make these events across the state of Idaho be successful as they are. So the purpose of the event that's held every year is to reach out and support our returning citizens that are coming back into the community, to help you understand how important you are and how many people are standing there ready to help you be successful within your communities. There are a lot of things that are needed as you come back into the community, some basic needs, food, shelter, transportation. These things are some of the basic needs that are available for you to help out. And as you work towards gaining employment, there are other things that you might need help with, and that is perhaps some skills-based training, some professional attire when you go on a job interview, and then of course some of the spiritual and mental support that is available here in our state, as far as like the need for counseling, friendship, and good support structure to help you in your as you transition back into the community. One last thought before I close is I'd like to share a scripture verse with you. It comes from Deuteronomy 31:8, which says, "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged." So please take these words to heart and know how much you are loved and respected and needed in our community here in Idaho. We want you to know that, and Idaho stands with you. We love you. God bless you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for today's Community Information and Resource Fair. We know this was different, but we do believe that you got some very valuable resources. You were able to interact with our vendors, and those of you that were vendors this year, we want to say thank you for taking your time, for being a part of this fair, because we believe that without you, this fair cannot exist. Maybe you still have some questions about how to be a part of the Community Information and Resource Fair next year. We want you to know that there is, at the very bottom of this landing page, is the sign up for updates email. Go ahead and use that feature. Go ahead and send us your email so we can keep you updated on what next year is going to look like. In case your organization or agency is not listed on our Community Information and Resource website, we also want to add you to that. Go ahead and send us an email to CIRF@3oaksministries.org, and we'll be able to add your resources to the page. Again, we want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. We know that this was different, but we really would appreciate your feedback. So from all of us here at SIRF, we want to say God bless, and we'll see you next year. Bye-bye.